Hi students, Maliki here. So I'm going to do a couple of videos here showing you, we're going to take this gable end and do some secondary structure and some tertiary cladding with this. I'm going to show you some techniques that I think you'll find very useful. So this is the model that Farshain got last week. I hope most of you followed along with that. That bongo session has been recorded and it's up on your website, so you can review back into that if necessary. But you could see that quite a lot of the work was based on copy and paste, and that type of stuff. So we're going to build the substructure over this side here first. And to do that, I'm going to start off with my ground floor plan. Okay, so we're going to move in here, and I'm going to just going to turn off that image underneath because we don't really need it now at this stage. I need my south elevation open. And you can see, and this probably has happened to you as well, you can see that if you open up your south elevation, what is happening is you're getting a section through the building rather than an elevation. So there's something going on there. And so let's pop back into the site plan and see what's going on. So sometimes this can happen. And what I do to check on that is, first of all, I'll check here. I'll hit the front nose of the elevation tag, and I can see that this is the view line at this point here. But it's set back from the building, it's not intersecting with the building, so there's something else going on. So my second option is I'm going to pick the whole of the tag and use little arrow keys and go look. So there is actually a second elevation tag sitting underneath here. So I'm going to click on the front nose of that one, and now you can see that the viewpoint is actually in the building. That's why we're getting the section. So I'm going to pull that back here. I'll pop into the south elevation. Now I'm in business. I'm seeing the elevation. I'm not seeing the section here. Okay, so that was a good little exercise to check that. Now, in order to draw the substructure here, we need to establish a reference plane. Okay. Now the reason we're going to do a reference plane here is because you're well versed at this point here now in beam systems, but all of these beam systems are horizontal. So we're going to use the same technique. We're going to draw a beam system. We're going to draw it vertically. So in order to draw it vertically, I need to have a reference plane in which I can switch the drawing plane from horizontal to vertical. Okay. So I'm in my ground floor plan here. I'm in the architecture tab, and I'm over to reference plane. And yeah. I'm going to draw this reference plane on the edge of the wall. See that? So on the edge of the wall, I'll draw it down here. Escape, escape. Now I'll pick it again. Zoom in a bit here, because what I want to do is I want to grab a little grip here and drag it up there. Pick it again. Now this is very important. I'm going to name this, right? So this is going to be my south elevation. I'll call it my south elevation. All right. Now, what I'm going to do now is go into my south elevation, and I'm going to hit the set button on the work plane panel here. So I'm going to hit set, and then rather than pick a plane, I'm going to hit the name. I'm going to hit the drop down box here, and you can see here now, here's the south elevation. I'll hit OK, and I'll actually go and show that. Now, if I go into a 3D and I hit show, well, I need to hit set again, I suppose. Now you can see that apart from the fact being absolutely ginormous, and let's just bring it in here. You'll see that that elevation is sitting exactly where I want it, right there. That reference plane is sitting where I want it now. So that means I can go back to my south elevation here. And now that this is active, I can draw vertically. So I'm back into my structure, and I'm into my beam system, and I'm just going to pick the rectangle tool here, and I'm going to go from the top of the parapet level all the way across to the end point down here. Now I'm going to pick this sketch line and I'm going to use my arrow keys and just move it forward of the vertical column there, and I'm going to pick this one and move that forward there a little bit as well, because I want my substructure to be just going that kind of distance beyond the existing structure that's there. That'll make sense now when I show you how we're going to do that. Now I've got my beam direction, which is going this way, and that depends, right? It depends on a couple of things, on what type of cladding that you're using and whether it's a single substructure system or a counter substructure system. For the moment, I'm just going to leave this run this way here. Okay, and if I click out of that, come back into the properties of the beam system. First thing is that we've already used these light gauge Kingspan multi-beam systems, so that's great. That's already there in the beam type. For the fixed distance, I'm going to go 1000 because the panel I'm going to use is a Kingspan panel, Quattro panel, and it's 1000 millimeters high, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to start that from the end. Now it's a good idea to get all of these things set. Some of you had problems with tags, I remember that, so look at this here, identity data, tag members, new members in the view, and you can hit the drop down box and say no, don't do that. All right, now so that's me kind of ready to go there, and let's do that now. So you can see, if I go into my 3D, you can see now I have created that beam system, and I'll just turn off the reference plane there, like so. Now you can see that it's actually going into the building here, so I need to do something about that. So I'm going to pick the beam system, the whole system. I can grab it. So here it is here, right? And I'll go back into my ground floor plan. I'll zoom in here. Now you'll see that there's a lock here, right? So I'm going to unlock that. And now that should allow me to move. Yeah, you can see the way the beam system is moving across here. And I want to bring this the whole way across to the edge of the wall there. Okay, something like that. I could even now, I think I could use my align, so I'll say to the reference plane. No, it won't pick up align that, so I'll escape out of that. Now that's fine. That's more or less kind of aligned exactly where I want it. And if I pop in here, you'll see now that they're all in the correct position, and again there's a spacing of 1000 here. Now it's quite possible that I might need to put an extra rail at the bottom or put an extra rail at the top, and I could do that individually, or I could stretch out the beam system and see if I could get an extra rail in there. For the moment I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, so when you've got your beam system created like so, the next step that we're going to take is that we are going to go in and create the walls. So I'm going to do a part 2 on this, and we'll go in and create the cladding wall system, and I'll show you a couple of techniques for that one as well.